Our next guest is the best male pole vaulter in Notre Dame history. Nate Richartz just broke his own school record at the Tiger Paw Invitational at Clemson on February 10th with a vault of 5.50 meters. That vault ranks third in the ACC and eighth in the country this season. The Island Lake, Illinois native is the reigning ACC Indoor Track and Field champion in the pole vault, a title he will defend at the 2017 ACC Indoor Track and Field Championships this weekend at Notre Dame's Loftus Sports Center. We are pleased Nate could take some time out of his training schedule for that event to visit with Jack today.
Nate, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it, especially given the weekend you're engaged in here, a busy time. My first question is one that always strikes me with ski jumpers, pole vaulters, some other people. How do you do that the first time? I mean, first of all, what attracts you to it? How did you find yourself as a pole vaulter?
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of innately been drawn to the more dangerous sports. My parents always give me a little bit of flack because I was the most expensive child due to medical bills. So, I was always just drawn to it. And I guess my freshman year in high school, the track coach said, "Who wants to try pole vault?" And I raised my hand, and the rest is history. And, you don't start out jumping really high right away. It's obviously a progression. I think that makes it a lot more manageable.
But you reach a point where that progression becomes something very different, and you are bending that fiberglass pole back as far as you can and slinging yourself skyward. What are the elements that go into getting it right? What are the things you have to master to be as accomplished as you are at this sport?
Yeah, I think on the physical side, you got to be strong and you got to be fast. You got to have some gymnastics ability. You really have to have some bodily awareness to orient yourself in the air. And then you have to have some real mental fortitude. It's not like a willy-nilly task where you go around flinging yourself 18 feet in the air. That's something that's dangerous and obviously a little bit mentally trying. So you have to have focus and clarity, and you got to trust your instincts when you're out on the runway.
Do you want to continue doing this post Notre Dame?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm actually coming back for a fifth year because I have one more outdoor season of eligibility left. Hopefully in that year I can get up to some higher heights. I've already jumped, so my 550 jump would qualify me for the USA Indoor Nationals, which is a professional circuit.
Right.
So I'm starting to get up to those heights, and I'm really just trying to figure out how to, the logistics of being a professional pole vaulter are kind of difficult because it's not exactly a cash cow of a sport. So.
Yeah. Baggage issues too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Getting the poles around. What are the keys for you to take those next steps to continue to progress?
Yeah, I think just trusting my coach and refining the technique. Something that I'm really excited about is that my jump is by no means perfect yet. There's still a lot of areas to improve. And I take that as a positive because that just means there are much higher heights to come when I can make those changes and adaptations.
What does your practice routine look like? It must involve a lot of lifting, for example, and you got to do speed work, and you want to work on your technique too. What does a season look like for you, or a year, in terms of getting yourself ready? Yeah,
so preseason is a lot of lifting and a lot of running, a lot of speed work, just to build up that top-end speed. And then we don't actually introduce the technical side of the vault. We don't actually start pole vaulting until a couple of months before our first meet. And then when we do start pole vaulting, we only jump twice a week because it's really trying on the body. You're pounding down the runway and really jumping very hard with all the speed of your run off your foot. And so it can take a toll. And so to stay fresh and to stay healthy, we do only jump twice a week. But that's a good thing because those 2 sessions a week, you can get in really good quality sessions and really improve throughout the year. So that's kind of a snapshot of what the training schedule looks like.
And how many of there are you on the Notre Dame team?
Pole vaulters?
Yeah.
So there's actually me and 2 other men, and then there's actually only 1 woman right now. But we're working to build that team. We got a couple of really good recruits coming in, so that's exciting.
Well, that's great. Tell me a little bit about the non-athletic side of your life. Your major, and are you off campus now?
Yeah, I'm off campus in a house.
What was your dorm allegiance before that?
I was in Dillon Hall, proud member of Dillon Hall. Yeah, I'm off campus now. Kind of non-athletic things I like to do. I play guitar. Me and my buddy, my roommate actually, he plays bass. We jam around every now and again. And
any public performances?
No, we haven't had any public showings yet. We're still ironing out some of the kinks, but it's just a fun and relaxing thing to be a part of. So
yeah.
I'm thankful for that.
Well, that's great. Why Notre Dame? How'd you wind up here?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I got a letter in the mail from the track coach here. Said he was, they'd like to officially recruit me. And on my first visit, the people I ran into and the students I talked to were so generous and kind, more kind than any I've ever encountered. And, everyone I told I got a recruiting letter from Notre Dame kind of like stepped back and said, wow. And, just through my visits, my recruiting visit, and talking with the coach, who I really got along with. He's a younger guy. And I like to keep things light, and he likes to keep things light, so we really meshed on that front. But the atmosphere here is like no other, and it's academically challenging, which was also a factor I was looking for. And so the glove fit, and I ended up coming here, and I'm so thankful for that.
Well, we're lucky you did. As we mentioned in the introduction, kind of a fun deal. We're hosting the ACC Indoors. It's a great honor to be able to do that. What do you feel like that presents an advantage, being on your home facility?
I think there's no question. I think it's a big advantage. I got really great support from my friends and family who have come out to the past home meets we've had, and they're coming out again. And just to have them there, you really feel their energy on the runway with you when you're heading towards the box and trying to clear the bar. So. It's a big weekend. I'm really excited to have it here at Notre Dame.
Yeah, we are too. It's going to be marvelous. A lot of great athletes will be here. What's your preference in a perfect world, indoor or out?
Outdoor. Has to be outdoor. That's where some really big jumps happen. It's later in the season, so you're kind of hitting your peak of training performance. And then also wind is a very big factor. So when you get wind coming right down the runway, it really gives you a lot more speed, a lot more momentum going into the jump. You can get on some really big poles and really go high. So I love the outdoor atmosphere, but indoors not too bad either.
Yeah, I'm sure. And of course, when you jump outdoors this spring, it'll be a little bit of a construction site, but making some additions to our outdoor track that'll really make it a home for you guys for track and field.
Yeah, that's our current locker room is kind of in the corner in the jack now, and it's a little bit run down. So we're ecstatic about that new building. It's right next to our outdoor track, which doesn't get as much use as it probably should.
Right.
That's a great addition to the program, and we're real excited about it.
Well, we are too. We think it's gonna give a real boost to the program. Good luck this weekend. Thanks for how exceptionally well you've been representing us and all you've accomplished, and we're going to continue to watch you and root for you.
Thank you, Jack.
Nate, thanks for being with us, and thanks to our other guests today, Clark Lee and Kevin Corrigan. A great show. I missed my sidekick, Rachel, but we'll hopefully have her back next week. She's busy hopefully winning some softball games this weekend. And to all of you, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.